and welcome to Voicewhat presents Great Business Story Transforming in India in association with NDTV Profit. Lumen Technologies is a global technology company that provides telecommunications, cloud and edge computing services. It focuses on delivering high-performance solutions for businesses to accelerate digital transformation and improve customer experiences. Today I have with me the leadership team here at Lumen India. Join me in welcoming Soumitra Saha, Managing Director and Country Head for Lumen India, and Rashmi Nair, who is the Head of HR for Lumen India. My first question is to you, Soumitra. In this vastly evolving world, tell us something about the technology powerhouse that Lumen India has evolved into.
Lumen in India has been around for 20 years. In the last 18 months or so, Lumen India has repositioned itself so that we can offer value delivery services back to our customers, our businesses and the parent organization. In 2024, we were the pioneers for adopting Gen AI tools which will accelerate our engineering efforts and create smart engineers in the region. The effort on Gen AI adoption was with Copilot on GitHub and Copilot with a Microsoft suite of tools. Now, using this, our engineers have been able to get a significant jump in their productivity and become smart engineers. Besides this, we have also been doing a lot of proof of technology with new concepts in engineering like chaos engineering. So when we roll out something in production, we want to make sure that our customers are able to access it uninterrupted. And chaos engineering tools allow you to define your software in a manner so that you get a seamless experience for your customers. The next thing was, from a thought leadership standpoint, we optimized our operations all across India and we centered our operations between Bangalore and Noida. And I would say that from an overall value delivery standpoint, we are laser sharp focused in terms of creating agile teams which are self-reliant, which means we had to introduce new roles in the system like solution architects, enterprise architects, agile coaches, Scrum Masters and full stack engineers. And this is all about investment in our people.
So tell us, what are the values that influence your day-to-day operations at Lumen?
Teamwork, trust and transparency are the cornerstones for the organization, and they are not just on papers. Hackathon is a concept that's been there for a long time. In 2023, we relaunched the hackathon event, which was completely virtual, across some 40 plus colleges, 10 different states, 14,000 students participated in it. HR could not have pulled it off on their own, right? So you have the tech ERGs coming to help you with the problem statements, you have the IT team, you have the facilities team, you have the tech mentors coming in, all of them collaborating as one team to make it successful. So you have a shared accountability, you have a shared success, and you live that value statement. That I believe has been a poster example for us in teamwork, trust and transparency in India.
Last week, Lumen India launched the first ever product, indigenously conceptualized, designed and developed from India in a global ecosystem. So I put together a team of smart engineers and collaborators who worked with global stakeholders and created our very own jazzy intranet for the technology organization. Not just that, they created the website and they also launched Simba, that's our in-house chatbot, which answers any question under the sun regarding Lumen. You want to know about the next holiday in Noida? Go chat with Simba. You want to find out what the product roadmap looks like? Ask Simba. So it's a redefined way of looking at employee experience, and we could not have done this without teamwork, trust and transparency, and it's a global collaboration that happened across shores.
Technology is changing overnight. It's leapfrogging into something that you can't predict very often. So how do you adapt to new technologies at Lumen India? And tell us a little bit about your GitHub Copilot as well.
Two factors lead to success. One, you've got to have a hunger in the belly to learn and adapt to new technologies. And second, there has to be a leadership push and an ecosystem build out. So together, we have enabled the platform here where a couple of things have happened over the last 18 months. Number one, I spoke about the Gen AI adoption. We were the pioneers in that. We identified 700 plus engineers for cloud learning and cloud certification across Azure, AWS and GCP. Third, I think about 800 plus engineers were upskilled to full stack engineering. Fourth, AI Academy. So that's the one-stop platform. You come, engineers come and upgrade themselves on skills which are related to machine learning, artificial intelligence, and creating new models. So I would say these are the 4 distinct areas where we have been incessantly focused on in terms of upskilling ourselves, keeping ourselves relevant, and making our talent future ready.
Absolutely. My next question takes from what you're saying about upskilling. You have several programs. So tell us about them, and also how do you measure their impact and success?
There are 2 goals that I have. Number 1, create intellectual capital for the company. And number 2, create an ecosystem for innovation. Now, how do you create intellectual capital? You create intellectual capital by having employees who you make them future ready, and there is a stickiness quotient that you mentioned, right? You got to retain your top talent in the organization.
Yes.
Intrinsic motivation is the path to success. And what's the framework for intrinsic motivation? You need 3 things to motivate any human being on the planet.
What are they?
Autonomy, mastery, and purpose.
Okay.
We started with purpose. We created a very clear vision statement for Lumen India, which is aligned with the purpose and mission of Global Lumen. In terms of autonomy, I think people have a lot of autonomy and flexibility in the way they work, the hours they put in, how they choose to do their work. So there is absolute autonomy that is given to individuals. What's left is mastery. Now, you just cannot attain mastery just by yourself. You've got to have those enabling functions, those initiatives. Now steps in the initiatives.
Right.
The first initiative that we launched is Adhyana. So Adhyana is a Sanskrit word which means learning. It is a very intentional effort to bring in a Sanskrit word to bring about a different genre of learning. So we built a gamified platform on which we invited all our business stakeholders to come and share knowledge about our business, our products, our services, our offerings, and our customer base. That way, individuals and engineers in India who are so hardwired to Java and machine learning also understand how this is playing out in the real world in the business. So that's part 1. Part 2, we introduced Engineering Excellence Ecosystem. We call it as eCube over here. That is aimed towards really bringing about the finesse in your engineering output. We are great engineers here, but we want to be the greatest engineers on the planet. We have introduced employee engineering handbooks. HR has an employee handbook. We have employee engineering handbooks. We handed over those engineering handbooks to all our employees, and the interns were coming in, right? The third that we did was do a total rebranding of our ecosystem. And finally, the rewards and recognition. But the most important thing over here is we are measuring ourselves every single day.
Exactly, I would like to come to Rashmi on that. How are you measuring success?
For us to understand whether all these Adhyana, for instance, is working or not, some of the indicative directions would be your employee engagement scores. The other aspect obviously is a pull factor for learning. Right? Usually what happens in any HR department or in any organization is you push those trainings out and then you keep calling people saying, hey, come attend this training, come attend this training. But when they start realizing, hey, you know what, this is a problem statement in business and we need to resolve it, there is a demand that spikes for the trainings, right? So the spike in demand for trainings. Now, if I look at cumulative scores, my training metrics has gone really, really up. We kind of clock in more than 40 hours per employee in a year on an average. It has clocked about 150K hours of training, and like I said, the retention and engagement scores are through the roof at this point in time. So if it was just the engagement scores and not retention, I would be worried. But both the scores are talking to each other right now. So for me, I feel there's something that's going in the right direction.
Don't you think the talent of the future is also changing very swiftly, especially in the last 5 years? So how do you keep track of that?
In India, we got to run Lumen's technology unit, but if you are just blinded by running the day-to-day, you're not going to go anywhere. That's why there is a clear focus on Gen AI, machine learning and AI tools so that we can create the products for the future through the talent of the future. That is constantly evolving, and that's why the partnership with HR is very important. And like I said, the icing on the cake is the hunger in the belly for the people. So you give them an opportunity, they jump at it.
So when you talk about top talent, I'm guessing your university relations become very important. So Rashmi, tell us something about that, as well as the internship programs that you have.
We have been very intentional about our university relations, given the number of universities out there. We don't want to do shallow, we want deep engagement. So we pick up reputed colleges and we go really, really deep with them, right? We pick up interns from them, which is a 6-month internship program. We have a success rate of at least 80% conversions and they becoming an FTE with the organization. We are also now looking at partnering with the universities and academics to help the professors and the faculty to come up to speed with the next gen technology, so
to
that
make
the
them
students,
job ready.
Exactly, the students understand what they are getting into. So that partnership is underway, right? We are looking at building that up. But a long story short, we're very, very intentional. We want to go deep in those university relations and very committed to investing in early talent. That's going to be a huge pool that we will dip into for future.
Yes. Let's hear from some of the employees what they have to say about working here and what keeps them going.
With Lumen, I feel completely and powerful.
Working for Lumen Technology is awesome. I can be myself.
At Lumen, I feel truly included.
Working at Lumen Technologies, I just feel amazing.
My journey in Lumen, it's been incredible.
Lumen as an organization is a true ambassador of nurturing diversity.
The work culture and everything is just amazing.
Work-life balance is very good, so I can be myself.
What are some of the biggest challenges and opportunities for Lumen India as you grow from strength to strength?
The desire is to really build product building, product development, product engineering capabilities from India. That's a big opportunity. Second, I spoke about this earlier, Gen AI and leveraging machine learning tools to really create predictive models for our customer insights. And third, creating that innovation ecosystem, right? Which fuels new product creation, new service creation. But to top it up, none of these three would be successful if we do not continue our opportunity in the talent. We will continue to invest in our talent in-house, talent in the marketplace, and make sure that Lumen India has a good blend of the talent that is available in India.
Thank you for that. All the best for it, and it was great speaking to both of you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Hello and welcome to Voicewhat presents the great business story transforming India in association with NDTV Profit. Today I am in conversation with GHL India, which is an investment and asset management company that provides investors with an alternate investment opportunity via fractional investment in the real estate segment. Today I'm in conversation with Karthikeyan Dayalan, who is the director at GHL India, as well as Rajkumar, who is the co-founder of the company. Welcome, gentlemen. Thank you so much for having this conversation with us. Hello. Let me set the stage by asking you, what is the USP of GHL in the asset and investment management space? And Karthikeyan, why don't you answer that?
Through investment in property flipping business, we are able to satisfy 4 different kind of users. One is qualified investors who want to grow their money with capital safety. And the second user is financially distressed sellers who want to come out of financial crunch. And the third user is the lenders of non-performing assets who want to solve the financial problems of NPS. And the final fourth user is construction companies that need lands at prime locations. Since we solve the major problems of these 4 set of consumers with one common product, our unique selling point in the investment and asset management space is one product, 4 solutions.
Amazing. Rajkumar, I would like to understand, as a company dealing with investments, especially in the real estate segment, how do you ensure compliance?
Yeah, being a asset and investment management company, we ensure compliance through the qualified profession having expertise in their field. With respect to the business law compliance, ROC compliance, tax compliance, and intellectual property, other related compliance, through the professional who have expertise in this field, we are managing on this.
Karthikeyan, can you elaborate on how GHL India operates under the Companies Act 2013 and what safeguards are in place for investor protection?
GHL India Asset creates special purpose vehicles in the form of private limited company that operates under section 2 of 68 of Companies Act 2013. As the special purpose vehicles are entrusted with specific property flipping business projects, they are bankruptcy remote entities. In addition to the robust SPV business model, Since we are appointed debenture trustee under the section 71 of 4 of Companies Act 2013, the investments of the investors are safeguarded unconditionally.
Karthikeyan, how do you manage investor relationships and operations across states and countries? Now, of course, he has mentioned functionality part of it, but could you elaborate and put some light into how do you exactly manage your relationship with investors, because I'm sure it's sensitive and also given your demography.
We have totally 10 skillful investor relationship officers working from Chennai and Delhi. They are managing the investors of both India and other few countries over voice call, email, WhatsApp and Google Meet. Apart from them, the core business operation is being handled by 10 plus teams that are functioning only from Chennai.
GHL India currently manages assets worth $7.2 million, in fact even more than that, and I think since the time of your inception, which was back in 2021, this is a pretty impressive number. Congratulations on that front. What kind of portfolios or opportunities are you offering to your investors at the moment?
Yeah, at present we are offering to our investor in investment in high value real estate asset in a fractional investment basis through our SPVs in secured debentures, secured non-convertible debentures. Okay, this is we are giving a maximum optimum return up to 24%, that too with the security of a operating asset backed up it.
Okay.
So with this impressive return as well as with the good capital security, investors are being provided with good portfolio for their investments.
Okay. So if I had to just break that down, right?
Yeah.
So you said you provide a return of around 24%. That's been your impressive target and impressive number sort of. Could you break that down for us a bit? How do you calculate and come to that 24%?
Yeah, it depends upon the project value. Since we are acquiring distressed property, we obtain the property on a discounted price. So the maximum profit which we could achieve, that apart from our expenses and profit, those things being after deducting all those things, we will be coming to a costing, how much we could able to provide for the investor. So based on that, we arrive the numbers.
Okay.
And mostly we used to keep it at 24.
Okay. What do you think investors are driven towards? What is that trust that they're seeing in your company? Highlight a bit of that as well.
Our viable property flipping business strategy, then the capital security that we offer, the considerable fixed returns that we give, the transparency that we maintain in our investment product, and the valuable service which is being given by our investment relationship officers are building huge trust among the investors to maintain a solid portfolio with us.
So Karthikeyan, a follow-up to the question, in a market that's constantly evolving like investments in real estate, how does GHL India stay competitive and innovative in its asset management strategies?
Since our team members know how to learn, unlearn and relearn about the different kinds of real estate assets in line with the current need, trend and technology of the economy, we always develop our innovation and stay one step above from our competitors in the asset management strategies.
Karthikeyan, what are the biggest risks and rewards you see in India's current market conditions, and especially for retail and first-time investors?
The biggest risk that the retail and first-time investors face in current India's market is the chances of losing their capital.
Right.
In the deceptive Ponzi investment plans of many scammers. You know, as Robert Kiyosaki says, no investment is risky in this world. Only the investors are risky.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Because, investors should know as to how to discriminate the productive investment plans from the Ponzi investment plans.
Right.
By doing the technically proven PSSTFCP investment analysis. If this investment analysis is done properly before making any investments in a company, then the reward will be phenomenal, as the money invested will be always protected and multiplied irrespective of the economic status of a company.
Your company, GHL India, offers investors an alternate investing opportunity via fractional investment in the real estate segment. Could you give us a brief picture of how real estate investment itself has traveled over the span of at least the last decade? Because conventionally speaking, I wouldn't have ever thought of investing in real estate via this route. Give us a picture, draw a picture, and how did you really come up with this business idea?
Yeah, really, if you see, as you said, the first-time investor or the newcomer investor, their first bucket list is to buy a home.
Correct.
Okay, then if they are planning for a real estate investment, it would be a plot of land.
Yeah.
Okay, which would give you only the appreciation benefit. Okay, if they have to go for a bigger size commercial real estate, then the cost for buying the property will be much high, which an individual retail investor cannot afford to it. Okay, so with respect to the real estate investment, it should give him an income as well as some appreciation.
Right.
Okay, so if you consider with respect to that point of view in investment, a fractional investment in real estate will be the best option.
Because there's investment and there's appreciation.
Yeah, there is an investment, they are getting periodical return as well as they are getting appreciation.
Right, and which is not really the case in a conventional setup where you're buying a physical property.
Yeah, buying a physical property.
Because you only rely on the appreciated value.
Yes, appreciation value. And the liquidity with respect to the asset is also very remote.
Right, right.
Whenever you want, you cannot sell it.
So that's why this becomes more attractive as an investment opportunity. Okay. Also, looking ahead, what is GHL India's long-term vision, and how do you plan to scale your operations nationally and also globally?
Okay. See, actually, we have a vision and ambition to attract at least 15% of the stressed real estate business in South India.
Okay.
Okay. Apart from that, we have a plan to expand in agroforestry, FMCG, and biotechnology. At least we would like to capture collectively 10% of the South India market. And with respect to our expansion plan, we wish to have our zonal office in all Tier 1 cities in India.
And a bit about global expansion also, because you're currently present in UK, US and Singapore. You have clients from there?
Yes, we have clients, and see, we want to be present in global financial centers like Dubai and Singapore.
Okay.
At least by this year, and we will have our office over there.
Okay. What steps are you taking towards, expanding globally?
Already we are in discussion with some business setup consultant in Dubai to have our office in DAFC Dubai. So soon we will have our first office, overseas office in Dubai first, and also we are in touch with some business consultant in Singapore as well. So post our Dubai office, we will have our soon we will have our office at Singapore as well.
Okay. Thank you so much for having this conversation, and I only wish for your company GHL India to become bigger and better, just like real estate.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Most welcome.